Good morning everybody. In this video you will find explanation of Act 3 Scene 2 Part 1. This is an important scene. Many events take place in this scene. First of all, this is the climax of the casket story where Bassanio makes the right choice of casket and wins Portia. Gratiano proposes marriage to Nerissa and seeks Bassanio's permission for it. Where Lorenzo and Jessica reaches Belmont accompanied by Salerio and announces Antonio's loss of ship and bankruptcy, which hastens Bassanio to leave for Belmont to save Antonio. Now let's begin with the text. The scene takes place in Belmont, in a room in Portia's house. Bassanio, Portia, Gratiano, Nerissa and the attendants are present in the scene. We find Portia in conversation with Bassanio. Portia wants Bassanio to wait for some more time before he makes the choice of casket because she doesn't want to lose Bassanio's company. Portia, I pray you, tarry, pause a day or two before you hazard, for in choosing wrong I lose your company. I request you, wait for a day or two before you make the risk of choice of casket, because if you choose wrong, I lose your company. Therefore, forbear a while. Therefore, have patience for a while. There's something tells me, but it is not love. There is something which tells me, but I assure you, it is not love. I would not lose you, that I should not lose you. So here, Portia is trying to hold back Bassanio, but at the same time says that it is not her love for Bassanio that makes her do so. At the same time, she feels that she has spoken too much, and to cover it up, she says, and you know yourself, hate counsel not in such a quality, and you know it very well that it is not hate that advises in such a manner. So these lines prove that Portia has fallen for Bassanio. But lest you should not understand me well, but in case you have not understood me well, and yet a maiden hath no tongue but thought, and yet a young girl, an unmarried girl, has no choice but to think, because her thought cannot be expressed. I should detain you here some month or two before you venture for me. I would like to make you stay here for a month or two before you try to win me. I could teach you how to choose right, but then I am forsworn. I can teach you how to make the right choice of casket, but if I do that, I would be violating my promise. So will I never be. So I cannot do that. So may you miss me, and if I do not do that, you may lose me. But if you do, you will make me wish a sin, and if you lose me, then you will make me wish a sin, that is, if I would have broken my promise, that I had been forsworn, that I would have broken my promise. Beshrew your eyes, curse your eyes. They have overlooked me and divided me. They have cast a spell on me and divided me into two. One half of me is yours, the other half yours. The one half belongs to me, belongs to you, and the other half also belongs to you. Mine own, I would say, but if mine, then yours. The other half, which belongs to me, belongs to you, because it belongs to me. and so all yours, and so I belong to you completely. This is Portia's confession of love to Bassanio. Oh, these naughty times put bars between the owners and their right. Oh, these bad times, they are acting as a barrier between the owner and his belonging. And belong is Portia. And so, though yours, not yours, prove it so. And so, although I am yours, but still not yours. Let fortune go to hell for it, not I. Let fortune cursed for it, and not me. I speak too long, but it's to peace the time. I am speaking too much, but it is just to stretch the time, to ache it, and to draw it out in length, to stay you from election, to add to it, and to stretch it to the utmost length, just to hold you back from making the choice. Portia is scared that if Bassanio makes the wrong choice of casket, she'll lose Bassanio's company. Because, as other suitors, Bassanio has also to make 3 promises, swear by 3 promises. That is, first of all, he has to leave the place immediately if he makes the wrong choice of casket. Second, he cannot disclose to anybody the casket that he has chosen. And third, he cannot propose any woman in a way of marriage if he chooses the wrong casket. Bassanio: let me choose, for as I am, I live upon the rack. Let me choose, because I feel that I am upon rack. Rack, it is an instrument of torture. It consists of a frame to which a person is tied and his body is stretched until they confess their crime. So Bassanio feels that he is being stretched on that rack. Portia: upon the rack, Bassanio? Then confess what treason is mingled with your love. So you are upon the rack? Then confess what crime of disloyalty is mixed with your love. Bassanio: none but that ugly treason of mistrust which makes me fear the enjoying of my love. None but the only feeling of doubt whether I will win you or not, which makes me scared that whether I can have my love as my wife or not. There may as well be amity and life between snow and fire as treason and my love, as there cannot be any friendship between snow and fire. Similarly, there cannot be any similarity, any union between disloyalty and my love for you. Aye, but I fear you speak upon the rack, where men enforced to speak anything. Yes, but I am scared you are speaking upon the rack, where the criminals are forced to speak anything, to confess anything. Bassanio: promise me life, I will confess the truth. If you spare my life, I will tell you the truth. Portia: well, then confess and live. Well, then confess your thoughts and I will spare your life. This is actually an option given to the criminals, that is the one who were tortured on rack, as an alternative to dying. Bassanio: confess and love had been the very sum of my confession. The confession is my love. This is the only thing I had to confess. O happy torment, when my torturer doth teach me answers for deliverance. O happy torture, when my torturer herself, does teach me the way to liberate me from this torture. But let me to my fortune and the casket. But let me go and seek my fortune by making the choice of casket. The curtains are drawn from before the casket to expose the casket to Bassanio. Portia. Away then, I am locked in one of them. Portia indicates the 3 caskets and says, "Come, make a choice. I am locked in one of those caskets. If you do love me, you will find me out. And if you really love me, you will find the right casket." Nerissa and the rest stand aloof. Nerissa and others all stand aside. Let music sound while he doth make his choice, and let music be sounded when Bassanio makes his choice of casket. Then, if he lose, he makes a swan-like end, fading in music, that the comparison may stand more proper. My eye shall be the stream, and watery death-bed for him. And if he loses, makes the wrong choice of casket, then he will make a swan-like end. It is fading in music, fading away in music. It is a belief of Elizabethan era that the swan sings only once, that is when they die. And to make the comparison even more better, my eye shall be the watery death-bed. The eyes which will be full of tears in case Bassanio makes the wrong choice of casket will act as a stream or watery death-bed, where Bassanio will make the swan-like end. He may win, and what is music then? And in case he makes the right choice of casket, so what will be the music? Then music is even as the flourish when the true subjects bow to a new crowned monarch. Then the music will be like the notes of the trumpet, which is sounded when the loyal subjects bow before a new crowned king. Such it is as are those dulcet sounds in day of break that creep into the dreaming bridegroom's ear and summon him to marriage. The music will also be like the sweet sound which awaken the dreaming bridegroom at the daybreak and tell him that the day of his marriage is come. Here, the victory music is compared to 2 things. First, the music which is sounded when a king is crowned, and second, the sweet music which is used to awaken the dreaming bridegroom to inform him of his day of marriage. Now he goes with no less presence but with much more love than young Alcides. So now he goes, Bassanio goes with no less handsome appearance than Hercules, but much more love than Hercules had in him when he did redeem the virgin tribute paid by howling Troy to the sea monster, when he did save the virgin who was offered as sacrifice by the weeping people of Troy. Alcides is Hercules. He rescued Hesione, the unmarried daughter of the Trojan king, from being sacrificed to a sea monster. He acted there not out of love, but here Bassanio is taking this risk out of love for Portia. So Portia here compares herself to Hesione and Bassanio to Alcides. I stand for sacrifice. So I stand here for sacrifice as Hesione did. The rest aloof are Dardian wives, and the rest are the Trojan women with Bleared visages come forth to view the issue of the exploit, who, with tear-stained faces, have come here to witness the result of the affair. Go, Hercules, live thou, I live. Go, Hercules, go, Bassanio, if you live, I live. With much more dismay and much more anxiously I view the fight than thou makest the tray, and much more anxiously I will stand here and watch the fighting than you are making it. Here the story of Hercules saving Hesione, the unmarried daughter of Trojan king. You need to remember this. Music is sounded while Bassanio the choice casket. The song, tell me where is fancy bred, or in the heart or in the head. Tell me where love is born, in the heart is born in the head. How begot, how nourished, how it is born and how it is taken care of. Reply, reply. Engendered in the eyes, with gazing fed. It originates in the eye, and it is fed with the loving glances. And fancy dies in the cradle where it lies, and it also dies in the eye where it was born. Let us all ring fancy knell. I will begin it, ding dong bell, all ding dong bell. So let us sound for love and funeral bell. Knell is the bell which is sounded at the time of funeral. So I will begin it, ding dong bell, ding dong bell. This song is a hint given to Bassanio to make the right choice of casket. It is rather a warning to tell Bassanio that he should not go by the judgment of his eyes, rather choose by his head, that use his brain to choose the right casket. So with this, I end the explanation of the first part of Act 3, Scene 2. You will find the explanation of the next part of the same scene, this video that I upload. Thank you.